What's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah, coming to you again from Buckles Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. And also, if you want to donate, feel free to donate to the channel. All donations are welcome, big or small, and the donation links are in the description box. So, first video of 2019. Hope everybody enjoyed their new year. New year, new day, I get it. The New Year's resolutions and all that good stuff like that. Oh yeah, I can't forget, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you like the videos as you come in the chat room. Shall we? Let me finish it up. Happy New Year to everybody. We are here in 2019. In retrospect and looking at 2018, it was a decent year. Could have been better. But going in, now we're here in 2019. Expectations is high once again for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and once again we are looking for a new coach. This will be our fifth coach since 2005. Raheem Morris, Shiano, Lovie Smith, Dirk Cutter, and possibly the multiple candidates that could be taking this job. I think it's a good job. I mean, there's a lot of talent on the team. We got to figure out the salary cap situation, but there's a name that has been popping up, and people been asking me to talk about this. People have been asking me to talk about this one particular coaching candidate for the Bucks. I hear the birds talking. I hear a lot of chatter in the Bucks social media groups, Facebook, Twitter. It's all over. He goes by the name of Bruce Arians. Interesting hire. We went down this avenue before, taking other people's coaches and trying to recreate what they created in another team. We tried to be the Tampa Bay Falcons. It didn't work. I want to bring everybody down some, I know everybody's hype about Bruce Arians, but do we want to be the Tampa Bay Cardinals? Do we want to be the Tampa Bay Cardinals or the Tampa Bay Bucks? We got to stop this trying to take what they did with somebody else and recreate it with our team when it's pretty much over said and done. Like, I get it. I get it. Like, we got to create our own team. Stop trying to be like other teams. The Bucks interviewed Bruce Arians. I guess obviously the interview, there's mutual interest between the two. Am I excited about the hire? Learning from my past experiences with other hires like Dirk and Lovie and Shiano, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I'm gonna wait. Like, is there other coaching candidates I like better than Bruce Arians? You have to consider, folks, he has a lot of issues health-wise. I want y'all to keep that in mind. So whoever, if he gets hired, they better have a contingency plan for this guy. Health issues drove him out of Arizona. He couldn't take it no more. It was mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. He has some upside as a coach, but he's old, 67. What, he got about 2 or 3 more years left in coaching? He's not a Pete Carroll, energetic coach. I mean, to me, Bruce Arians is a swag coach. He got a lot of swag to him, like Sean McVay. He's an older Sean McVay, well older. Like, he got a lot of swag to him. He got the little brim, little hats, Kango hats, with the shades, big burly guy, from Pennsylvania. Blue steel-toed, hard-working guy. Has an extensive background with offense. Coached at Temple. Nick Saban for a little bit. I mean, he's bounced around. I mean, he was with the Cleveland Browns back in the day. He took over for the Colts head coaching job when Chuck Pagano was having some cancer issues. He brought the Colts to 9-3, won Coach of the Year twice in 3 years. He went to Arizona, had them humming. And then if you look at the last 2 seasons at Arizona, it started to kind of fade away, and it got to him. Don't get me wrong, the first couple of years of Arizona was nice. I mean, prime Larry Fitzgerald, they had Carson Palmer. They had a lot of talent. Patrick Peterson, he had a lot of talent at Arizona. So he took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So then once things kind of started to get, like, he had a lot of injuries at quarterback. That was one of the reasons why his last 2 seasons didn't look so well. It was 7-8-1 and 8-8, which is not bad, but he had quarterback issues, and his quarterbacks kept getting hurt. Carson Palmer got hurt. Stan got hurt. I mean, he was just playing with house money his last couple of years at Arizona. And then factor in the health issues. You know what I'm saying? So we got to think about this, folks. Now, if he was to get hired, who do he bring with him on his staff? Let's just say he's going to bring the whole Arizona staff with him that he was with at Arizona. Ty Bowles, Harold Godwin, Keith Armstrong. I mean, you name it. He's going to probably bring some Arizona players. He got Brenton Buckner already there. Jason Light is there. It's funny how Brenton Buckner happened to be on the team still. And then he said the coach will have every chance to keep whoever he wants. So that means Tom Munkin's gone. Nick Kazir, the offensive line coach. Mark Duffner's gone. All of them. Except for Brenton Buckner, who he gave a specific deal to Brenton Buckner. And I told y'all this about Brenton Buckner. Jason for him because he's hoping to hire Bruce Arians. And a lot of people ask me, a lot of people have been saying, why Jason Light to stay? Well, according to the reports, he never actually got a chance to pick his coach. Lovie Smith was hired before him. Dirk Cutter was an organizational decision, not a Jason Light decision. So this will be kind of his first coach he's picking. He's going with the guy he knows. Now, he has some connections with other candidates. He has a Patriot background, and he has an Arizona background. He was an assistant GM at Arizona. Now, am I a big fan of Jason Light? No. I don't like some of the decisions he's made as far as the roster. Is the roster set up for long-term success cap-wise? Probably not. He's not the best GM. He's like a middle-of-the-pack, bottom half of the middle-of-the-pack GM. He has there's only a couple of picks that he actually like that I really, really, really like. You know what I'm saying? So if he's trying to recreate this Arizona magic, buyers beware, folks. Buyers beware. Keep that in mind, folks. And don't be surprised if he was to get hired. He's going to be bringing a sugar honey iced tea load of Cardinal players. He's going to be calling them. Specifically Patrick Peterson. He's not going to touch Larry Fitzgerald. If he does, wow, you know what I'm saying? But Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Tyrann Mathieu, and amongst others, they're going to be requesting for a trade or whatever, or might be trying to sign some of those guys. And we're going to become the Tampa Bay Cardinals. I don't know, man. I mean, who's going to be his coordinators? I mean, Todd Bowles, folks. Did you see Todd Bowles in the New York Jets defense? It was trash. It was horrible. The New York Jets defense was not good. They were bottom half in a lot of stuff. I'm not a big fan of Todd Bowles, folks. Not good to me. He runs a 3-4 hybrid. He blitzes like 80% of the time. It didn't work at New York. He had 3 years. It didn't work. Got fired. I'm not a big fan of a guy that got fired and he didn't have a good. Especially his defense. He got fired as a head coach, and especially his defense, and it wasn't working in New York. They were bottom half in rushing defense and passing defense. So I'm not a big fan of Todd Bowles' defense. You know, Freddie Kitchens as an OC, yes. You see what he did at Baker Mayfield. Freddie Kitchens has a swag to him too. Alabama guy. You know, he's from Alabama. But then you got Harold Godwin. Harold Godwin was at Arizona. Todd Bowles was there. Keith Armstrong, Vincent Buckner. Like, we're basically going to become the Tampa Bay Cardinals. And I just want another identity. You know, I don't want to take a. I don't want the Bucs to hire a guy specifically based on what he did with another team and say, take that, what you did with the Cardinals, and bring it to the Bucs. Which is fine, but be careful with that. We tried that with Atlanta. We hired their 2 coordinators. One is a head coach and one is a defensive coordinator, and look how that worked. Get somebody from a good coaching tree. I'm just saying, folks. Look at the playoffs right now. All the coaches that's in the playoffs right now came from Parcells, Bill Walsh, Andy Reid. With some Belichick in them and some Nick Saban in them. Come on, folks. Let's not mess this hire up. Jason, it's not hard to figure this out where they're going with it, who they're trying to go with. Bruce Arians, but buyers beware, folks. I said it here first. Be careful with that Bruce Arians hire. You know, we're trying to save Jameis Winston. I get it. You got to have a quarterback to win games. But don't forget about the Achilles heel that's been Bucs defense for the last 4 years. Or the last 3 straight years. Basically, since way back. Since Shiano. We need somebody, whether he's an offensive-minded guy or a defensive-minded, got to get that defense fixed. That defense is not good. I'm telling you. If we hire Bruce Arians and our contingency plan is Todd Bowles, do y'all understand where I'm coming from with this? You hire Bruce Arians, you got to hire somebody, whether it's an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, to take over at some point. I'm just saying, if Bruce Arians has health issues again, we're going to make Todd Bowles the head coach. We've seen that in New York. I don't want Todd Bowles as the interim head coach or possible head coach. I mean, you got Eric Bieniemy out there, Chris Richards, who the Bucs are going to interview, Josh McDaniel. I mean, you got other guys that younger, a little more energetic, can last longer. You know, Chris Richardson, Chris Richards with the disciplined defense, as you see in the Cowboys defense, they front seven look really good. Chris Richards did the Legion of Boom thing. He can coach under Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll coached under Bill Parcells. You see the connection, folks? Come on, man. I'm just saying, man, like, let's be careful. Let's make sure we exhaust all avenues before we hire Bruce Arians, man. Like, I really don't want a Chris Richards or Eric Bieniemy or George Edwards go to a team and turn that team around like Frank Wright and Matt Nagy. And I'm like, and we still running around at 6-10 and 6-10 and 7-9 and 5-11 with Bruce Arians. And he gets stretched out, and then we gotta turn into Harold Godwin or Todd Bowles. Now remember, if we don't get this right, clear reboot. Clear the decks. Quarterback, everybody's gone. Jason Light, like, everybody's gonna be gone. I'm telling you, if this goes bad again, one more year, I don't think Jason's gonna be around, man. He's been there since 2015. With Lovie Smith and Dirk Cutter. He's put this roster together, had a hand in it heavily. if we go 5-9, I mean 5-11 or 6-10 again next year or this year with Bruce Arians or whoever we hire, what does that say about Jason Light? That's 4 years, and we're still running around with mediocre record. Just saying, folks. I'm not finna jump around talking about, oh, we gotta get Bruce Arians. I'm not finna do that. I did the landscape. I'm thinking future. I'm thinking, like, be smart with this hire. I mean, Freddie Kitchens, Todd Bowles, Harold Godwin, Keith Armstrong, Brenton Buckner. That's the Tampa Bay Cardinals. And what happens with situations like that? They go get their guys who they comfortable with. Marcus Golden, the Arizona's 3-4 on DN. We got Noah Spence. It's just like Marcus Golden. Cheaper. But they're going to go get a lot of guys from Arizona and bring them over to Tampa. And to show these guys how to win. And we're going to become the Tampa Bay Cardinals. I did this with Dirk Cutter. I did this with Mike Smith. I pay attention, folks. A 67-year-old head coach, basically with health problems. And then all the guys he hired, do you want them as a potential replacement as a head coach? I just gave you the staff he's going to bring in if he get hired. Keith Armstrong, special teams. Harold Godwin, Freddie Kitchens, Todd Bowles. Are any one of those guys you want to be a head coach if Bruce Arians can't make it? No. I'm just saying, man. I know y'all, a lot of y'all hyped up and stuff, but because of what he did in Arizona, who says that's going to work at Tampa? Who says that? Who says he's going to recreate what he did in Arizona in Tampa? Who says that? Give me a 10-6. Give me 11-5. Give me a 13-3. Hell, give me an 8-8. I'll take those. If he was with Tampa a couple years ago. But he's kind of coaching the whole year. But anyway, folks, what does that mean for the players? A lot of them players won't be back if that whole staff comes. A lot of those players don't fit 3-4. Anyways, who should be your pick for head coach? I don't have a pick, man. I want the best candidate available. I'm not going to pick a certain guy. I'm not going to be biased or anything like that. I just want a guy to come in and create a winning culture. I am tired of watching the Bucs lose year after year. Close games, finishing 5-11, 6-10, 7-9, 4-12. I'm tired of seeing that. I just want a guy to come in and solidify a winning culture. I want a guy that's been around just to understand how to win. Period. I want to win. I don't care who's that quarterback, who's that running back. I want the Bucs to win. I want to be on the Buckles Locker talking noise. I want to be on Buckles Locker just, I want to be on here talking noise to other teams, man. I'm tired of eating crow. Every Sunday I gotta come up here with a video like, well, coaching. I'm just saying, man. We are in a position to actually get better. Now, as far as players, what does that mean for those? A lot of those guys probably gonna get cut. Gerald McCoy, Levante David, pick one. Gerald McCoy, Levante David, Cameron Brate. Guys that you would like to stay on the team, but don't be surprised 2 of the 3 of those get cut unless they restructure their contracts. And then I'm not even talking about the other guys like Brent Grimes and Vinny Curry and Mitch and Bo Allen, Bo Allen, Vinny Curry. I'm not talking about those guys. Those guys are automatically getting cut. Guys like Carl Nassib who don't fit a 3-4. The Browns ran a 3-4. Carl Nassib couldn't do it. He's a good 4-3 defensive end, hand on the ground, but he's not a 3-4 linebacker. So more than likely, if the Cardinals come, if they come with a wave of coaches, Carl Nassib gonna have to put on some weight and go to the 5 technique or 3 technique. And what does this mean for Villa? Perfect 3-4 nose tackle. Perfect 3-4 nose tackle. Or hybrid 3-4. Because remember now, Todd Bowles, if he becomes a DC, he has like 6 DBs on the field at all times, pretty much. Oh, by the way, Deion Buchanan, the safety / linebacker hybrid, is a free agent. Marcus Golden. Like, watch the Bucs go get some of these guys, man. What does it mean for Gerald McCoy? Probably won't be around. They're probably gonna keep JPP for 1 more year. Brent Grimes gone. We already know that. He's out of here. Ain't even no question. I'm not even gonna get into Brent Grimes' story yet. I'm not even gonna get into that. Brent Grimes, him and Nico. Get out of here, man. Anyway, what does it mean offensively? The offense is gonna stay the same unless they cut Cameron Brate and save $7 million in the cap. To me, the Bucs got to get, first of all, get the cap situation right. Some of these guys gonna get cut or traded. I'm hoping some of these guys restructure their contracts. Now that would be nice if Gerald McCoy would take $7 million versus $12. If JPP can take a little cut and Cameron Brate take a little cut, that'd be nice. But more than likely, these guys are going to have egos and they're not going to take a cut. Which means Gerald McCoy getting cut or traded. More than likely, we can get a 3rd or 4th round for him. Cameron Brate will get traded or cut. Or we can probably get a 5th round for him. So there's a chance that some of these guys that's possibility of not being on the team, we get some draft compensation for them. And we can add more ammunition to make trades and moves in the draft. Think about it. If we get a draft pick for Gerald McCoy, Cameron Brate, Deshaun Jackson, Levante David, if we can get some draft picks between like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th rounders, like get a couple of those, we can make some things happen in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th round with some good quality players. We got to get depth. Stop having these guys on the team that's making all this money. I was reading an article the other day. When a team got guys that's making over 7 to 10% of the cap or taking up that much of the cap, it's hard to fill out the roster. Do y'all understand how the roster works? Stop giving all these guys all this money. Get better through the draft, Jason. He's done an okay job with the contracts and the upfront money and the guaranteed money and all that stuff like that. Jameis Winston is counting 10% of the cap. Mike Evans, 10% of the cap. That's 20% between 2 players. Mike Evans making $10 million this year. A little over 10. Like, Jameis Winston, $20 million guaranteed, pretty much. How are we going to fill out the other roster? That means if those 2 guys, which is I guess you could say cornerstones, okay. But guys like Cameron Brate, Gerald McCoy, JPP, Levante David, and then we still got to sign Quan and Adam Humphrey. If don't overpay for little Adam Humphrey. I like him, but he's limited. He doesn't drop anything, but he doesn't do a lot of wow things to me. He's not a good punt returner. He's a good slot guy, but he doesn't get a lot of yak. He gets tackled. He's not fast. He doesn't break a lot of tackles. Can we get a guy in the draft better than Adam Humphrey? More faster, more quicker, and good, just as good as hands? Probably so. Or even through the free agency. But I'm telling you right now, do not overpay for these guys. Don't. It's not worth it. We're trying to build something. And we got Bobo Wilson. He can replace Adam Humphrey. If Adam Humphrey turns around and says, I want a 4 or 5 year deal for for $30 million. Bye. Goodbye. Out of here. Bye. Do not overpay Quan. Don't overpay Quan. I'm sorry. Do not overpay Quan. Quan's a good linebacker, but don't give him over 7% of the cap. Folks, you gotta go into details about these type of things, folks. No way. You cannot give Quan $10 million a year. Can't. You give him a contract and say, hey, take the guaranteed money up front, and your cap hit is like $5 million. We can't have a top heavy roster, man. We can't have Jameis, Mike Evans, Quan, Cameron Brate, Gerald. No. And at some point, they're gonna have to decide between Quan and Levante. Quan or Levante? You're gonna go with Quan, right? So that means the money that Levante getting, you can give that to Quan, right? You can't have two linebackers making over $7 million a year. And we got pressing needs on the O-line and the running back. And the D-line. And the secondary. We got other needs. We got three good linebackers. Kendall Beckwith, Quan, and Levante. If you can keep two out of the three right now, who are you going to keep? Kendall Beckwith, Quan Alexander. Levante Davis, trade or cut. Or take a pay cut. It's simple mathematics, folks. Simple. Gerald McCoy had $12.5 million. 13. No. JPP, $14.5 million for 1 year? No, that's not right. We need help on the O-line. Right tackle, left tackle, right guard. The left guard and the center because Ryan James is making a lot of money on the team. Ali Marpet is making a lot of money on the team. 2 out of the 5 guys on the O-line is getting paid quite a bit. We got to get that O-line right. We need some help in that secondary. We don't need 3 linebackers making a lot of money. Well, Kendall was on his rookie contract. We don't need Levante and Quan making all this money, taking up the money to help out with the line. I'm just saying, folks. Look what the Indianapolis Colts did. And we could have got Quentin Nelson if Chris Godwin wouldn't have caught that touchdown against the Saints in 2017. We would have been the 5th pick. And we would have got Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson and Ali Marpet. We could have got Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's an all-pro. Along with Derwin James. But, hey, I'm not even going to trip on that. Not even going to trip. Derwin James, Quentin Nelson, all-pro. As rookies. I'm just saying. So, can we do what the Colts did? The Colts picked up Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith. 1st and 2nd round. Right tackle, left guard. Solidified the offense, the O-line. Andrew Luck was only sacked 18 times. 18! So give me Jonathan Williams or Greg Little. And get me another right tackle in the 2nd round. It's not hard, folks. Or go get me a corner. Greedy Williams, a.k.a. Patrick Peterson. Him and Carlton Davis on the outside. Woo! And trade Vernon Hargraves. Keep Andrew Adams. And hopefully Justin Evans can make something happen with himself with Jordan Whitehead. Cut Isaiah Johnson. I gave y'all scenarios on how this could work. Carl Davis, Greedy Williams, Jordan Whitehead, Justin Evans, Andrew Adams. What's wrong with that? I'm sorry, Vernon Hargraves. You don't fit. You don't fit. First round cornerback playing slot. Nah, fam. That might be way too much. That might be way too much. That might be way too much. I mean, I'm not a capologist. I'm not a GM. I'm not a scout or anything like that. But I gave y'all two scenarios. Greedy Williams in the first round, or left or right tackle in the second round. Or flip it. Left tackle in the first round, Jonathan Williams or Greg Little. Second round, go get a cornerback like Justin Love or Byron Murphy, if they still sitting there. Or go get another lineman. And fix the special teams. Can we get some stats or somebody that can get it back there and catch the ball and run? I'm tired of seeing Adam Humphrey or letting the ball drop. Every time you see Adam Humphrey back there. Looking at the ball go by, like, come on, man. And get a freaking running back. David Montgomery. What's it? Not D'Angelo Henderson. I think it's D'Angelo Henderson, the Memphis running back, the Iowa State running back, the Florida Atlantic running back, Devin Singleton. Come on, folks. We got talent. Yeah, I know we missed on Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack went in the 5th round, I think, or the 4th round. Marlon Mack out there beasting yesterday. Former USF running back. Shouts out to USF Bulls, South Florida Bulls. Marlon Mack. I got scenarios, folks. I cannot wait to talk about the draft. I love watching college football. I pay attention to the whole landscape. But we got to get a surefire pick at the 5th pick. There's going to be 5 really good players. Somebody's going to trade up and draft Dwayne Haskins, and he's going to be a Geno Smith 2.0. You know, so somebody's going to trade up to get a quarterback, right? So let's just say we've picked number 5. So 1 through 4, Dwayne Haskins automatically is going to be gone. So then you got Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is going to be gone before we pick. Ed Oliver, would he be sitting at 5? He can replace Gerald McCoy. He reminds me of Aaron Donald. Ed Oliver from Houston. Go watch his tape. Game record. 6'1", 6 foot, 280, 90 pounds, run a 4.6, can bench press it. Just like Aaron Donald. Do we pass up on Ed Oliver? Then you got Quentin Williams from Alabama. He can replace Gerald McCoy. Him and Vita, oh my. Vita at the nose tackle and Quentin Williams at the 5 technique. Or the 3 technique. He can line up across the board. Quentin Williams and Vita, oh my gosh. Vita and Ed Oliver, oh my goodness. Oh my, you see the D-line automatically got younger. I'm just saying. Ed Oliver's going to be like Aaron Donald. Now watch me go draft somebody like Devin Bush. Knowing Jason Light, he's going to draft. Oh, Jason, we got Quan and Kendall Beckles. Yeah, but Devin Bush is good. Colin Farrell, Kristen Watkins, you know, DeMarcus Lawrence, the Clemson D-line. But then if we don't get a D-lineman, we can go get a cornerback. Is Byron Murphy might be a reach at 5? Yeah. I don't think Byron Murphy is one of the 5 best players in the draft. Or Justin Love. But Greedy Williams, a.k.a. Patrick Peterson Jr., baby Patrick Peterson, 6'2" cornerback, fast, rangy, that can cover Julio and Michael Thomas. Do you pass up on that? Do you pass up on Greedy Williams? Is Greedy Williams going to be sitting there at 5? Is he gonna be sitting there? Jalen Ramsey was sitting there, and we didn't trade him to go get him. Here we go again. Another tall, rangy cornerback sitting there, and we're gonna sit back and wait for somebody to get him. Give me the 14. So the 4 teams that's picking before us, what is Arizona? So give me the top 4 teams picking before us. Give me the 4 teams picking before the Bucs at 5. I know Arizona's number 1. They're not gonna take Greedy Williams at number 1. They're gonna be looking to trade out of the number 1 position. They need picks. They need to get younger. And if they stay at number 1, they're not picking Greedy Williams at number 1. They're gonna probably pick Nick Bosa or left tackle. So it's Arizona, 49ers, Jets, Oakland. Okay. Arizona is not picking Greedy Williams. The 49ers is not picking Greedy Williams. The Oakland Raiders not picking Greedy Williams. Nick Bosa gonna be gone. Now, I would love to get Nick Bosa on the front line. Nick Bosa is just like his brother Joey Bosa. Exactly the same thing. But the 49ers gonna pick what? Who you think the 49ers gonna pick? Who you think the Raiders gonna pick? Who you think the Jets gonna pick? The Jets gonna pick a receiver. They need trade. If the Bucs look, I'm gonna say it like this. If the Bucs want Greedy Williams, if they really want Greedy Williams or Jonathan Williams or Ed Oliver or Quentin Williams, go make sure you get one of those guys. Make sure you get one of those guys. Now, is Jonathan Williams going to be going before the 5th pick? Probably not. Well, actually, no. The Jets might pick up Jonathan Williams. If that's the case, that's going to leave us Greg Little. But give me Jonathan Williams, man, over Greg Little. That's just me. I'm an SEC guy. And Greg Little's not bad, but I like Jonathan Williams better. Not a sack the whole season. It's an upgrade over Donovan Smith. Instant upgrade over Donovan Smith. Jonathan Williams is an instant upgrade. If I was the Bucs, I would do everything I can to make sure I get him. If not him, Greedy Williams. The good thing about it, we're going to be sitting there at 5. So we're going to get one of those guys. We're going to get one of those guys. Think about it. Greedy Williams, Jonathan Williams, and Quentin Williams. We're picking at 5. So you got to think about it, folks. One of those top 4 picks is going to be a quarterback. Out of those 3 players, one of them are going to be sitting at 5. I promise you. I do this. One of those players will be sitting there at the number 5 pick. I promise you. Because you got to think about it. Nick Bosa and Dwayne Haskins, right? That's 2 out of the top 5 picks gone. That leaves 3 more picks. That leaves 3 guys with 2 picks left in front of us. So out of those 3 guys, the 2 teams in front of us going to pick, either or, and then we're going to end up with one anyway. And can somebody tell me, why is the punter making $3 million? Huh? Why is the punter making $3 million? We can get a punter in free agency, like in a rookie free agent pool. Like, really? That man don't deserve $3 million? Cut. We'll get a punter undrafted free agent. We can try out punters, man, for cheap. $3 million off freaking punter. And we got to get a field goal kicker. We got to get a field goal kicker. Now, I'm talking like this because of the roster changes that can possibly happen with whoever the head coach is, whether it's Bruce Arians, Chris Richards, George Edwards, whoever it is. There's going to be some roster changes. If it's Bruce Arians, I'm telling you, a lot of those guys ain't coming back. Because Bruce Arians, I'm telling you, Bruce Arians is going to come in there and clean this Clean his mansion. He gonna clean it. He gonna get a lot of guys out of there. Nah, nope. Brent Grimes told y'all how the culture was in the locker room. Brent Grimes. They told me to cover the number 1 receiver. I felt disrespect. I told you, JPP was right. A lot of those guys was not keeping it real in the locker room. JPP said it. A lot of those guys were not keeping it real in the locker room. Bruce Arians, Chris Richards, George Edwards, whoever the head coach is, you, out, cut, trade. Like, get him out of there. Get him out of there. If Bruce Arians get hired, will he work wonders with Jameis Winston? Yes. Yes. He would definitely help Jameis Winston out. Now, mind you, let's keep in mind, folks, Bruce Arians is an aggressive head coach. He runs an aggressive offense, and we just saw one with Dirk Cutter. Can Bruce Arians call plays better than Dirk Cutter? They run similar offenses, right? Down the field, throw the ball down the field, 10 yards a pop. Go back and look at Bruce Arians' numbers when he was the head coach calling plays at Arizona. 10 yards a pop, down the field, aggressive. I would say this, Bruce Arians got balls. That's the difference between Dirk Cutter and Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians got the balls that Dirk Cutter wish he had. Bruce Arians is not afraid to go for it. He's not afraid. But the quarterback that we got is not the type of quarterback that we need to be turning around, chucking the ball 20 yards down the field every single time. 5, 7-step drops. I don't want to see Jameis Winston chucking the ball, doing 5 to 7-step drops every single down. Bruce Arians is an aggressive coach. And we just saw Jameis Winston in an aggressive offense. A lot of turnovers. He's good at play action. He's good outside the pocket. He's good against the blitz. In the pocket is where Jameis Winston's got to get better. What do you say, A-Rod? No risk, no biscuit. Bruce Arians is a risk taker. That's not good. That's like Dirk Cutter on steroids. And Dirk Cutter took a lot of risk. Five-step drops. 7-step drops. Like, come on, man. We ain't got the O-line for that. But he force-feeding 7-step and 5-step drops. Force-feeding 5 and 7-step drops with a line like that. Donovan Smith and Dotson. With Ryan Jansen and Caleb Benani. Or Benablock. Cement block. What's the best friend to a quarterback? O-line, running game. Get the O-line right. Get that secondary right. Those are the 2 positions that we really need to fix. I can run with the D-line for another year. Is it a high priority? It was. It was a high priority. But looking at the O-line and that running game, no offense to Peyton Barber, but nope. I don't want to see Jameis Winston continue to get sacked by a left tackle that gives you the best 3-second block in the NFL. Pew! Oh, James, that's Donovan Smith for you. Donovan Smith. That's Donovan Smith right there. The best 3-second block in the NFL. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing Caleb Benablock turnstile. Caleb Benablock. Caleb can't block. Caleb Seaman block can't block nobody. This is what Caleb Benablock do. Really? We drafted Alex Cobb in the 3rd round. Use your third round pick on him. And please, get rid of that O-line coach. Get rid of that running back coach. And please, what are we going to do with Ronald Jones? With this new staff? Ronald Jones is supposed to be our Alvin Kamara. Our Devontae Freeman. Tevin Coleman. Ronald Jones barely seen the field this year. Couldn't even grasp the playbook. He can't even read. Bring some competition at the running back. Ronald Jones is Charles Sims. Let's be real. Ronald Jones is Charles Sims, folks. Ronald Jones is Charles Sims. That's it. Third down back. A second round pick on a third round back. On a third down back. A second round pick on a third down back. Get a running back. David Montgomery. Henderson from Memphis. Get one of them. Second, third round, gonna be sitting right there. Anyway, folks, I do this. It's been a while since I've done a video, so my first video had to be long. So basically, this is my introduction video going into the 2019 season. And whenever the Bucs decide to hire, hopefully by Tuesday, I'll do another video of who the Bucs hired. Okay? So, with that being said, and from my comment section in my Benny Snell, I like Benny Snell. Benny Snell is nice. Underrated. And that running back from Alabama, and that running back, he's nice too. Power back, and he fast. But anyway, he's a faster version of Peyton Barber. Anyway, also in my comment section, the Chargers are beating the Ravens 9-0, fumbling. Like I'm not watching the game, obviously. The Chargers beating the Ravens 9-0. Wow, in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson messing up. What's going on? I got to turn the game on. Anyway, with that being, Damian Harris, he's nice too. But be careful about Alabama running backs though. I just want to put that out there. Justice Hill, the running back from Texas A&M, the running back from Oklahoma State, might be better options. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to turn this playoff game on. Oh, LJ Scott from Michigan State. He nice too. Y'all like him too. He nice. But anyway, he reminds me of Le'Veon Bell. Travion Williams, Texas A&M. The running back from Texas A&M. He's nice. I'm going to turn this game on. I'm finna see what Lamar Jackson do. He's a Florida boy, so I gotta support my Florida guy. With that being said, this Bucco's Locker coming to you again, dropping a brand new video for the 2019 season. Whenever the Bucs decide to hire their head coach, I will give another video. I'm gonna try to give it to you fast as I can. I might be at work. Who knows? Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I will be conducting another Google Live Hangout with somebody else. Shouts out to Tampa too. Cool guy, man. Appreciate him coming on my Google chat. But I will be doing more Google chats this offseason leading up to the draft. So, with that being said, wash, rinse, and repeat. Make sure you like the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share all my videos. And if you want to donate, feel free to donate. To all my pirates and my sea bandits, I want y'all to fire those cannons. Siege the day. I'm out.